All righty. Well, once again, we are back. We are live in the man cave. Been away for a while. Now we're back for our end of the year accolades, awards, criticism, whatever you want to call it. We're here for all of it. But appreciate y'all rocking with us on this Sunday evening. Know y'all got a lot of stuff you can do, so we appreciate y'all checking it out with us for a little while. But before we get started, I want to say what's up to the All-State PG, All-State coach. What's going on with y'all, fellas?
Yes, sir.
What's up, Coach? Happy Sunday to you.
Hey, yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are here. We are blessed and highly favored. So, I know it's been a while, PG. I don't know if you got anything, but send it your way if you do.
Yeah, I do. The end of the women's basketball championship game has already started some controversy with Angela Reese pointing their finger at the ring and putting the face thing over as the superstar was walking by. And I see people on Facebook already saying that was very disrespectful and unprofessional from her. As a coach in that situation after it happens, how do you? What is your reaction to that, or what do you do? Coach Benedict, ready to go.
Man, she did it the other day. It's
I,
okay for her to do it,
Exactly. She the same person waved the girl off and told her, "I ain't even finna guard you."
bro. Like Caitlyn had just did it. Like I just seen a picture on Facebook where she did it, where you can't see me, so it's okay for her to do it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? But they've been on Angel Reese like that all year. You know what I'm saying? I think it motivated her. It continues to motivate her. But as a coach, man, kids are competitors. I mean, people are competitors. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? If you got a problem with it, do something about it.
if,
I agree.
if it was me, that's one of the things where you, as a coach, you see it, but you don't see it. So when they asked me in the post game, now once they showed me the video, because you normally see the video, but now I ain't see it in real time. I was too busy. There was too much other stuff going on, so I didn't see it.
Yeah,
But I might have low key been underneath, underneath all that. I might have been low key fist pumping. I mean, fist pumping too. Um, hopefully the camera don't get it.
oh, sorry, that's on Facebook.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna show you the one where Caitlyn did it.
But what was more? Yeah, she did
So
do it. What's more? What was more?
there wasn't no controversy then when she did it.
What is it? Two J's? It's cool when they it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it. I know I'm probably saying it wrong, but this is my thing. What's more? What was more? Because I know I see what they kept saying. Andrew Reese is being disrespectful by doing it. But what was more disrespectful? Andrew Reese doing that, or um um when she waved the girl off when she was at 3 point line, like she visibly like waved like, no, we ain't even trying to guard you. So which one is more? Which one is more of a slap in the face? So
Well, we ain't trying to guard it because she wouldn't even shoot. But that's like
come on, if you're on the floor, coach,
I
and
gotta
all of us done played basketball, man, you that guy when they ain't even guard you, bro. I mean,
take two dribbles and do a pull up or something. I gotta take five shots.
something, bro. I gotta take, I get a charge or something like, yeah. If I ain't, you wouldn't have took this charge out of it.
Got no mid range game. What she was guarding that, I mean, hey, I don't even care about your mid range. You can shoot whatever you want to shoot. Man, that's a sign of disrespect right there, man.
I think that's more disrespectful than the girl doing the John Cena. To me, but what was the difference while we on that game? The obvious difference between South Carolina and LSU.
Confidence in shooting.
Facts.
But probably better rebounding too. But then they was in foul trouble. But it was just the confidence, like, yo, you gonna let me shoot? Okay, I'm gonna shoot it.
Bro, LSU bench came to play in the first half.
Yeah.
They got 29 points from the bench, and that one girl had 21 points off the bench, 5 threes.
Perfect for in the first half.
Yes, she was the difference maker to help get them that lead.
And that backup point guard
Hmm
had like 8 points.
And like once her confidence got going, bro, that hoop just got bigger and bigger. You know what I'm saying? And when you're able to get production like that from your bench or from where you don't expect it, you know, I think that's huge. I think the same thing. That's what happened in the Connecticut game the other day. You know what I'm saying? They just had so many people contributing, especially off the bench. That big white kid off the bench for them, that 7'2", man, he's a difference maker. And when you get production like that from your bench, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to stop.
I haven't. Today was my first time watching any level of basketball outside of high school. Right, I've just only heard about the girl. I tried to watch some of the highlights. She is unreal, man. Like
You know,
she
we played against her in high school.
was she. I was that's what for the actually was she a McDonald's All American?
I think she was.
She
Bro,
got, bro. She is like a version of something that I have not yet seen in girls basketball because she gives the ball up.
mm-hmm.
She passes at a level 10. She shoots at a level 10 and she can go by anybody off that pick and roll. She's
Mm-hmm.
basically unguardable, but she gives the ball up. So she's such a threat, man. I'm like, wow. I was just wondering, was she a McDonald's All American in high school? Because what I just saw today and the shot she was taking, that's different, bro.
And
I've seen some good guards.
She different.
Yeah, she's different.
She different. She different. Yes, sir. She's very different.
Yeah, her passing level is like Jason Kidd, man.
She different. She different, and she ain't a she what she not she got another she not a senior either, so she got.
And she got to come back. That's a
You gotta
scary.
come back, yeah. WNBA, you gotta come back. They ain't set up like the NBA is. So just imagine her next year. Yeah, she tough. I see Jordan Coleman said let's talk about the refs. Now I read what some people felt like the officiating the South Carolina game was a lot more suspect than it was today. Coach,
See the game.
Coach, your take on that?
I agree. The Boston kid, best player in college basketball, arguably. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Who's the best kid in college?
Boston from South Carolina.
It's better than her.
Bro, she tough.
It's
They
better
predicted her to go number one, sir.
She's
I'm
better.
telling you. Bro, she's tough.
Wow.
Boston tough, bro.
But
Boston,
she's a whole problem.
no problem, yeah.
And the thing,
Not
like,
by much. Not by much. But
no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. Like I said, arguably, she's the best player in college basketball. They predicted her to go number one. She's dominated since she's been at South Carolina. Bruh, it's like refereeing Shaq. How it was so tough to referee Shaq. And I think she got the raw end of the deal in the hour game.
So Boston's a big.
She's a big.
Oh, okay. That's a big difference.
You know what I'm saying? She got the raw end in the hour game. And I think it changed the dynamics of South Carolina in the way they could play.
I mean, I think what's her name? Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin Clark from Iowa.
Yeah.
Okay, so that technical she got today, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. You can't do that in a national championship game.
That changed the game, man.
Can't do that. Like, you don't want to be involved like that at all.
I mean, they had some bad calls on both ways with the elbow. They should have been both of them should have been charges.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man.
The one offensive foul that she got in the first half, it gave her third foul. I couldn't believe they called that.
Yeah, you don't call that, man.
No way.
They took away from her 40. They didn't. They had a call from upstairs that somebody ain't gonna make it home if she get 40.
You think the fix was in?
Oh, definitely, man. Them two calls right there, that technical call, bro. She didn't say nothing. She just rolled the ball back. She didn't even look back there. You don't make that call in no national championship game.
Not a national championship game.
And you got to think now, they jumped out on a 15-2 run. Everything about that game was going Iowa's way, bro.
I'll be honest, I was surprised that LSU beat them based off of how they played against South Carolina. I thought Iowa would beat them at least by like 7 or 8. I know LSU tough, But I just felt like the way Iowa played South Carolina, I'm like, I couldn't see them. So I was wrong.
Well, they made the big guard. They made their big guard, bro. I don't know what they did with Boston for the foul situation, but that big for Iowa had the guard today. And she's not. She's tough, but she can't put it on the floor tough.
Gotcha. So they did a good job of exposing our.
Yeah, but that Caitlin Clark, I can't believe somebody better than her, man. I guess because I'm a guard, because boys, that was fun to watch.
Especially like you said, from a girl, you just she's so I and you don't want to. I agree with that. I think if South Carolina played LSU, South Carolina would have beat them by double.
They beat them by like 20 in the season.
They beat them by double digit. They played them. You know, and I try. I don't want to do this because I always kind of cringe when people do this. When people automatically want to start comparing people and say they like the best of all time and all that kind of stuff. But did you get? And I know for a lot of young people, they probably can't relate to this. Do you get Caitlin Clark vibes on the girl side of Iowa from way back in the day? Larry Bird vibes at Indiana State. Because he was so skilled and so far ahead of everybody. You hadn't seen that. And like she's so skilled and she's so far ahead of everybody, you hadn't seen that. So, and I know a lot of people probably throwing something at the screen right now. And I get the people that know enough. The young people don't know, so they don't know what we're talking about. But
so she in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? She's dominated since she's been there. Coach, if you haven't noticed, like the last 2 years, bro, she's been on ESPN launching as soon as she crossed half court. Like she's been doing that. It's just this year she had a team around her that was good enough to get them to the Final Four, but she's been putting up numbers since she's been there. And she's got to be in that conversation. Now, I don't feel that she's better than Maya Moore and Sue Bird them, like the Breanna Stewart girl. I don't believe, that's just my personal, that she's not better than them, but she's in that conversation. She's up there in that conversation.
You put herself in the conversation.
Yeah, she's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah. Okay. Fair statement. All right, Coach. Well, while we're right there with you, we'll say it whether you don't know if it's been a while. I don't know if you got anything in your coach's corner or not.
No, Coach, I don't have anything today. I almost did, but it kind of worked out where I didn't have to. So we can keep it moving.
All right. Well, we're gonna keep it moving. PG, you made a post the other day and want to kind of talk about it a little more here tonight, since it's been a while since we've been together, family and all of us. You said essentially that the portal has killed high school recruiting.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're in travel ball season now, so this is like a major season for a lot of 24 kids, probably some 25 kids, or 23 in the books. There's still some 23 kids playing. But expand on that as far as.
Well, I mean, let's be real. And we could just address Polk County first. But in the last 4 or 5 years, if you just had to give a percentage, would it be under 10% of our kids going D2 and D1?
In basketball, yes, you can. That's a safe bet.
Yeah, much as we get tortured for our conversations, if you go back and look at the last 5 years, we haven't had more than 10% of our kids play at the Division II level or the Division I level. So that tells a great story about the transfer portal. Number one, because Division II coach is not even recruiting high school kids at all like that anymore, unless you're just that good, because they're going in and they're accepting those D1 kids who are leaving out. So what's happening is, let's look at the Walt situation. Walt, we said this from the top of the junior year. Walt was a Power 5 guard. COVID put him in a situation where he couldn't showcase his Power Five talent because he lost a major year of recruiting, which is your junior year, correct? He lost that year to actually showcase how good of a point guard he was. So now you got a kid that was player of the year at a mid major, right? As a sophomore who's only moved up in the transfer portal to decide that he wants to go to Florida or St. John's. So are you taking a high school kid at 17, 18? Or are you taking a Walter Clayton at 19 who was just a player of the year? That you know can play at the Division One level compared to a kid that you gotta assume or hope that he in a year or two can play at that level. It's that the story is right there in front of us.
But Tuma, haven't we had this conversation before?
Yeah, we've
Like
had
a times we've had this conversation before, and like I don't think people understand the magnitude of it. My thing is, for one, make sure that your offers are committable offers. For one, you know what I'm saying, and if they are committable offers, if that's your dream school, you might want to jump on it. You know what I'm saying? Because waiting, I think some of these kids waiting for that big school offer, that Power Five offer, or something like that, is hurting them also. You know what I'm saying? You can wait, and you'll lose out on some of them offers that you do have. I talk to college coaches all the time, bro. They go into the portal first. And Walt's situation, Walt's in a great situation where now his dream school has been Florida. That's why Florida is on that list. You know what I'm saying? His coach went from Iona to St. John. Naturally, his coach already know what Walt can do. So naturally, St. John will be on that list. So he's going to benefit from the portal. But they're going to the portal first. And then
yeah.
whatever's left, if you're not one of them top 100 kids playing on them shoe circuits, if you have a committable offer and it's a good academic school, it's somewhere that you want to be, somewhere that they're going to give you the keys to the car, you might want to take it, because waiting will put you in a bad situation.
And do coaches be realistic with their kids? Do high school coaches be realistic with the kids now about the calls they got coming in about the kids, so the kids can be realistic about their playing level? A lot of that plays into it, Barnes. But I mean, it's just right there in front of us. It's been in front of us, but we tend to get blasted for saying it, like we're hating and knocking on our kids. But just speaking on just Polk County in general, I mean, the percentage of kids that are playing at the Division II and Division I level, I mean, you can't name 10 kids in 5 years. That should tell us enough. You got the kid that transferred from Jenkins that played in the Elite Eight with J Frog.
I don't think he's still there.
Oh, for real?
I looked on the roster a couple weeks ago and I didn't see him.
You got Walt. You
got Alvin at Stetson and
Stetson.
You have the kid that went to St. Leo. Trey, and the other kid that went to Eckerd.
Cooper Ellis.
Okay.
But after that,
who's a Division II, Division I player?
And the thing, and it gets real quiet, and like you say, we get, and it's just crazy to me that we get crucified by just speaking the truth, by just trying to make this educational. Like Coach Hagan said, and this is the conversation that people don't want to have in basketball. Football is not as much, but this is the conversation people don't want to have, that, you know what, we don't have a lot of Power 5 talent. We have some talent. class of 24 might probably be the most talented class we don't have, at least since we've been doing Polk hoops. But even in that class, we got the top kids are struggling for Power 5 offers. Now they getting D1 offers. They getting
outside the big three. We see in the class of 2024, the big three. Who else outside of the big three? Not being funny, I want to know because we talking LJ, Salazar, and Phillips. Who else is like on the high recruiter list?
And that's the thing.
It ain't no huge thing from Walt, Diego, and Alvin. And you got KJ, you got Dylan. Who else this year we looking at that's probably going to be possible a Division 1 and Division 2 player?
That 23 class, I'm the only two. I mean, they supposed to sign that, but I'm the only two.
Basketball is not as easy as people think it is, man.
I just looked up Diego. He's on the roster. He didn't have any stats this year, and I think that's what I looked at. I was looking in the box score to see that I see his name. So maybe he got redshirted or something this year.
So like even Colin saying JUCO. I thought JUCO was hard to get in, and you can look at Polk State. Brandon recruits off of the talent level that he needs to compete in his conference and make it to the next level, not the kids that are locally around here. Because I think Marlon made that statement about kids not getting recruited. When I on the post, he made a good point. Said kids not even getting recruited by schools around here. And I like who should be recruiting them. And his statement was, well, they're not winning with the kids they got. But what would make them win with the kids that are here if they're not on that level? I just think the reality got to kick in to a lot of these kids, and they got to start taking, like Billy D said, the position that they can be in to go to a situation to play college basketball and get a degree. They need to just wake up to the reality and take that. And then if the opportunity is you're able to move in the transfer portal, the opportunity comes up, you got to do it. And what's tougher now is even when they bring these high school kids in, they're actually legit. Like these coaches now, compared to in the past, they're legit giving you 1 year to show that you can do something, or they're going to tell you that, hey, this ain't the place for you. Time to leave. Back in our time of playing, that a lot of coaches didn't do that. They didn't give you a scholarship and then after 1 year tell you, well, we don't want you back. That's happening now.
All the time. Yeah.
That's happening. Like that's the scariest thing that coaches are really doing. Like on this 1 year, let me see what you can do in 1 year. I got to find something else.
You got to realize those scholarships are 1 year renewable.
Yeah,
I can renew it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but back in our day when we were playing, they were actually honoring that more than 1 year. They were giving the opportunity. Yeah. Even if you wasn't playing 2 or 3 years, they were still like, I guess I would say the loyal to what they said to your parents in that living room. They were honoring that a lot more than they are now. But I guess because it's such a business now with the transfer portal being open, they're letting kids go. They're firing kids.
Oh man, I went up to Pittsburgh last weekend to see CJ spring game. So I hung out with him for the weekend, and there are 4 or 5 kids that are eligible to come back next year. One of them will graduate and got a year to get grad school, and they told all 5 of them, y'all got to find somewhere to go. They're not renewing their scholarship, and they're like 2 guys that on the defense that's what C that left. They jumped in the portal because they was so upset with how they handled stuff. So, I mean, I asked him, conversate with him what he thought about it. Was he thinking about the portal, whatever? He's like, nah, Dad, I'm good where I'm at. I just understand it's a business now, kind of like, you already always, told me. But, I mean, these guys that on the roster, been there 2, 3, 4 years. One guy done graduate, about to graduate next month. And they told him, nah, we good. So, like you say, it's like it's so cutthroat now that you here today, you gone tomorrow. So it's definitely a different day and age. So I know Colin said about JUCO, and you said, PG, how hard it is to play JUCO. So what's the thing now? if you're not a Power 5 guy like you think you are, or you're not getting recruited, even mid-major, D2, what's the next option? Prep school? Because we've never really did prep school from a basketball. I know we got a lot of football kids that do prep school, but you don't necessarily hear about prep school on the basketball side. So what are your options?
Man, we got to kick in every kid like on these basketball teams. Got to have plan Bs outside of thinking college basketball scholarships, bro. You can go back to even the time when before we played, how many kids on a public high school team are actually getting scholarships to play basketball. Like it's just a small percentage that we're getting shot in the foot for saying it, but the reality is they're not putting in the time and putting in the work in the gym. I mean, it's just showing. And then it's what you're competing at. And like somebody said the other day that how AAU, I forgot who said this. I want to say Coach Wilcox. It was somebody was talking about how AAU, like the coaches not even really talking to high school coaches as much. But in reality, like Bill D said, and we said this from the time that we've gotten on this podcast, that if you're not that type of kid that's playing on that circuit, it's really hard for you to accept the fact. But in reality, your recruiting is going to be at a bare minimum because you're not known, because you're not competing against anybody.
So, I know that it used to be that once you got to like 2024, that was kind of like the kind of the last like level that you can play at circuit ball or travel ball. But I guess now things have changed. I know that Philly Lane has I don't even know what you call the team. It can't be 2023 because I don't know what they call them. I don't know if is it called unsigned seniors. I don't know what the category is, but I guess is that the thing? I mean, either that's and I see what Colin's saying they need to go to JUCO out of state because it's hard in Florida because Florida too tough. So would those be the next two options? Like they get on an unsigned senior travel ball squad?
Yeah, that's another opportunity. When people are looking late for kids, they may be able to see kids. I've seen that happen before.
But the thing is, if you're going to an unsigned AAU team or you're playing at that level, the team that you're playing with has to go actually get out there and get in front of these people. You can't just be playing the games. Am I right or wrong? I mean, has it changed? I remember back when I was coaching, that's what something we were doing. We were taking kids that were in that senior year, graduating, just finished, and we were allowing them to play that extra year of AAU because they hadn't signed with anybody, but we were actually taking the each one teach one team, and we were competing against Breakdown and all the teams. All right, I'm not knocking anybody for trying to help kids, but are you playing games, or are you actually getting out there and letting these kids be showcased in front of the right people? That's a big difference that we are failing to miss. You can sign me up to say, hey, I'm gonna get you out there and play. Ain't no college coaches coming to Southwest Middle School to watch them games when you got Florida Southern elite at the Florida Southern gym.
I will say that.
I know you're being serious, but I'm trying not to laugh. I know you're being serious.
I'm being like, you're posting wins and stats, right? About how this kid played to the same circle of people on Facebook that is not going to benefit them. What is the benefit of you posting how y'all won today and you're tagging 96 people that are here in Polk County that has no connection to any college coach? You're only doing it because you won the game and that you actually think you're thinking you're helping the kid, but in honesty, you at the wrong gym playing.
At the wrong gym. If you're not on court, two.
Hey, shut up, man. We already get talked about bad enough, man. So
the thing is, Coach, the truth is the truth. The truth don't.
Yeah, I was saying filling the lane's case.
I knew Kayla was gonna get you on that. Well, I gotta be Southwest Middle. That's
Boy,
what
tough out here.
I was laughing at the school you use. Go ahead, Coach. My bad.
In filling the lane space, I think Miller does a great job. He's taking them to actually one to the independent circuits, which is on the radar. I know that's where they played at, not last week, but a weekend before. But the thing is like many of the kids that are going to play college ball, you basically playing against everybody that's basically unsigned. So you don't really know the level of competition. Those kids are just trying to get another opportunity to get in front of somebody. And I would say like on the radar hoop scene in prep hoops, those independent circuits do write-ups on their kids. So they're just hoping that a coach will see those write-ups and maybe take a chance on them.
Ain't nobody watching the write-ups, man, that you got to pay for. The simple fact is, if you're serious about this sport, there's a couple things that need to happen. If you're serious about this sport, before you enter high school, you need to give it 110%. Training, all right, putting in the work, working on everything that's weak. Second, you parents who are thinking your kid is great, humble yourself when someone who's playing at that level or someone that knows the connections can tell you that your kid is not ready yet and that they need to work on such and such and such and such. And then third, let your kids be coached instead of running away from the problem. Right now, we getting everything wrong because it's kids in middle school that are, I ain't made my decision on what school I'm going to go to yet for high school. And then they get this high school, and then you got somebody saying, this coach showing favoritism and such, so I'm going to leave and go this way. All that is the start of the problem.
It's true. But that's the thing. And Bird, them write-ups be, and I try to stay in my lane because I feel like Polk, we can write better write-ups than that. But they don't reach out to us for the lyrical part of things. So we just watch them and we will share some of the stuff, especially if it's a Polk County kid. But some people have issues with us sharing their stuff about our kids. So when we do it, it's because it's kind of, if a parent send it to us, then we're gonna send it. But most times, some of them people be really in their feelings about stuff, and I guess that's the thing that separates us because we ain't out here we don't move like that. We just trying to help these kids because, like you said, we feel like we got a pretty strong 24 class at the high school level. But to your point, PG, how does that equate to the college level? And I know that what's name went down south this weekend. Speaking of filling the lane, I know they took an onside group down there. I know a couple of the kids are playing well down there. The Excel kid who didn't play this year for Bartow, but he's down there playing. Zeke Munoz from Santa Fe, they both playing well at the unsigned senior level. So hopefully, going in different directions, hopefully may lend a different result. But the kids out here just they hoping and they praying and they doing all they can do. But even with that,
doing all they can do, bro.
And not doing all they can do. Okay.
They can do because if they were doing all they can do, they would be in the gym taking 1,000 jump shots, spending 45 to 50 minutes on ball handling, hitting the weight room. They ain't doing all they can do, man. Studying the game, watching college basketball, how to screen and roll. They ain't doing all they can do, man. I ain't making excuses for them no more, man. They not. They just feel like they playing at these weak levels of strength. We already talked about it now. The strength of schedule around Polk County was terrible. Some teams don't even want to play other teams because of the strength of schedule. So if you get 15-20 against Mojo High School,
again.
Their strength of schedule is a level 5, like out of 20, and they the worst of the 5. They get a level 5. That's not college,
bro. What the name of the school is again?
Oh. No, man, y'all taking it a joke, man. I'm trying to keep it fat. I'm trying to talk.
Bro, with you, bro. Mojo High School, man. Hey, what we get that? Mojo.
Hey,
Mojo schedule, point 00 point.
Hey, David, hey, David was finna beat me up and said Southwest, man. My bad. I got a different name, man.
Bro, the Mojo High School. What they mascot is? Oh man.
Tough, man.
Oh, hey man, but seriously, bring it back. Seriously though, man, is it too late at this point? At this point, is it too late? I guess that's the question that we don't really, because you don't want to kill a kid dream.
No, it ain't about killing
But
the team. It's about telling them to get in that gym and
you
put
know,
in hours.
oh man,
That's just the reality of it. Like, go put 1,000 jump shots a day. Some about to hit, right? You should be knocking. You should be begging your coach for the keys, man.
I agree with that.
That's all I'm saying. Like, it ain't if you ain't doing that, there ain't no sense you talking about somebody hating on you and knocking your game and all that. You know, it's just let's be real, man. This has become a business. You know how much of a business this has become? And I'm gonna jump the course of it, right? Because this is crazy. You got how powerful the internet is.
right.
I opened up the internet today again, and that's one website got this girl that's from Lakeland at Excel Academy, 6th grade, talking about she got 1,000 points. And we've never talked about this young lady. And she's out there.
Her highlights is tough. I know it's Excel Academy, coach. I see you leaning back.
I ain't say anything,
Hey, highlights is tough. I don't know what she can, but
She's in 6th grade. So imagine when she gets to Winter Haven in 2 years, 3 years.
just gonna throw that out there. Imagine what she get to. Late. Hold on now. I ain't late. It's like right across. Let me stop.
Boy, it's tough out here. Hey man, shout out to my dad, man. My dad tuned in, Pops. I'm praying for you, man. Man.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's Pops. Okay.
Yeah, man.
We gotta highlight Pops, man.
Yeah, man. My dad in the hospital, man. Y'all send some prayers up for my pop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The OG of the OG. The OG
So you ain't gonna be looking for her in 4 years talking about LG?
Hey, bro, they know what's good for him.
You know what I'm saying? See, Barnes, his lean the seat back this time was like, oh, we already got her.
It wasn't that normal lean, was it? It wasn't that.
Hey, man.
And then he drank his drink. Yeah, it was real. It was real quick. I noticed that too, coach.
Yeah, man. But seriously, man, let's push our kids to put the hours in the gym, the hours on studying the game, the hours on getting better, then to post these whack highlights, and then you ask, well, who's looking at? Oh, I got an offer from such and such that we don't even know the college. Are y'all posting that? Let's put in the time and let's start forcing these kids to continue to get better. That's basically the thing. Then we can all push for why they're not getting looked at. But until then, man, let's set some reality in, man, that these kids ain't putting in the time. They rather try to dunk. They rather be dunking. They rather post videos of them dunking as kids and their friends posting a video of them dunking than how many shots they don't took. I'd rather see a kid since we've been doing Polk hoops, right? Have you posted any video of a kid making 21 threes in a row?
No.
10 in a row?
No.
But they're gonna send you a highlight of them dunking, right? They ain't gonna get them recruited. See, this is stuff I'm talking about. Like, let's show a kid in the gym that don't spend 2 hours in there saying he got 1,500 shots in. We ain't getting them videos for you to post. Now imagine you see somebody dunk. You getting you getting videos, and you hating if you don't stream it. Have you posted any videos of kids doing ball handling drills?
No. Or
weight room ball handling and shooting off the dribble, pull up, boom. Have you posted any of these type of videos? No. We ain't gonna keep talking about this then. Ain't these kids ain't putting in the work, man.
Well, let's transition in this area right now. We talked about the Mojo Mighty Hot Wings as Coach Downey gave us the the logo, the mascot. They're the Mighty Hot Wings. So we talked about coaching somewhere in there, right? So we figured that coaching is part of the mix, right? We agree with that. So question, and I had this conversation with another coach via text a couple days ago. So I said, okay, this is a good conversation. We're gonna bring it up on the show. And after this, then we'll jump into the award so y'all can really, give us the crucifixion that y'all here for. But in any event, coaching. How do you go from being okay to good and from good to great? Because in Polk County, let's just say if we wanted to kind of section coaches off, and we're going to segue into the first award, which is the Coach of the Year award. That's why we're doing this, okay? It's a method to it. There are some coaches that we had to categorize. We got some coaches that we would say are probably, and we do it from a school perspective. We got some coaches that needs improvement, right? Right? We have some coaches that are satisfactory, which would be an S. We got some coaches that are, what's the third one? I forgot what the third one is. I've been away too long. And then the fourth one is, I guess, exceptional. So it's needs improvement, satisfactory. We'll just say good, and then we'll say great. So how do you get from one, if you're in one category right now, unless you're in the great category, how do you go from one development? Okay, there it is. I knew my admin bro was gonna save me. So how do you go from one to the next? And how much does that go into the boat that some of these kids are in?
I think Tum already said it. You know what I'm saying? It's the time that you're putting in. Tum was talking about kids putting in time, but what are you doing as a coach to put in time? What are you doing to get better? Are you going to coaching clinics? Are you going to visit, college coaches or talking to successful people in order for you to get better? Or are you satisfied with where you're at? You want your kids to work hard. You want your kids to be great, but are you showing them the work ethic in yourself in order for what it takes to get there? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I've had a successful career as a coach, but I'm my biggest critic. I'm my biggest motivator because I'm never satisfied. It's not enough. I just put a message to Black in there. Being second place last year is not enough, coach. It's championship or bust. That's what I come in. That's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all earlier, a couple weeks ago, like I'm already hitting college coaches up, coaches that I trust up. Like, hey, coach, I'm trying to get better in this area. You know what I'm saying? What suggestions do you have for me in order for me to do that? My thing is, you can't be the same coach that you were last year. You can't just continue to bring the same thing to your team. Then you expect your team to be a better team. It don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? So if you expect your kids to show a great work ethic, you got to show that yourself. If they don't see that in you, then you blowing smoke up them. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the example.
PG?
Man, all right, plain and simple. Coaches that take it to being great or maintain that level, number one, they have a great coaching staff that somebody on that staff is just as good as them with the knowledge of the game and giving just as much percentage or more to the sport. And that's why you see the Winter Haven girls continue to blossom the way they do. I don't think one coach can sit here and do anything by themselves. But if you try to be a next level person, that right now with the kids that we have growing up, you got to have a staff that has that. You got to have a coach that has played at the next level that the kids can trust to train. You got to have somebody that has just as much IQ as you, and somebody who's not going to be a yes sir to every question that you think is the right answer to what it takes to be great or what it takes to win games. You got to be able to listen, and somebody got to be able to tell you, I don't think that'll work. Let's try this. Let's try that. Instead of sitting there just accepting you being the failure, you're going to be, because they feel like if they speak up that you're not going to be on the sideline. But at the end of the day, if you ain't providing your kids the opportunity to be in a program, and you just out here just want Facebook likes and hearts about how great you are, and you ain't trusting your staff for what a program is, then you ain't gonna never be great.
Coach, man, in order for you to be the GOAT, you have to be willing to be the GOAT. And I'm talking about the scapegoat on that part. You know what I'm saying? You gotta challenge yourself and continue to get better in order to be in that GOAT conversation. But at the same time, take responsibility and accountability. Like, hey, if this doesn't work, then it's on me. You know what I'm saying? And I told y'all before off the air, like, I never want to go into a game, come out of that game, and I feel that I did not put my kids in the best position to be successful. You know what I'm saying? I won't sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? I'll be watching film all night trying to figure out how to make my team better. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that reason. I just don't see I just don't see it in a lot of people in coaching, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm not only talking about basketball, I'm talking about football and other sports too. You know what I'm saying?
We're just limited. We're limited to seeing basketball programs, so we're gonna continue to be basketball failures.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. And you're gonna fail when you make it. Everybody can't win every year, but we're limited to seeing basketball programs. You're gonna continue to see basketball failure in Polk County. We don't have basketball programs. Much as we could talk about it, we're gonna get knocked about it. But how many basketball programs do we have in Polk County?
That's true. So then, and I'm gonna move on. So if we don't have programs, do the kids even have a chance? And that's not a sexy conversation.
But are the kids willing to be in a program too? Because you got kids that might have the talent, but then the talent that they're seeing and what the home is seeing is destroying the opportunity to be a part of a program too. So all this plays into the effect of it.
You got to in Polk County, we don't have those sexy players that have those intangibles all the time too. That's up and down, and it's mostly down.
We got a lot of two-sport athletes.
Got a lot of two-sport athletes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these kids 6'1", 6'2", 6'3". You know what I'm saying? It's not. You got to be exceptional when you're, at that height, or if you're not fitting the eye candy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be what's separating you from the other 6'1", 6'2", 6'3" kids. It's 3 million of them out there, coach. It's so many to pick from when you 6'1", 6'2", 6'3". You know what I'm saying? Like Dylan, he's 6'8", 6'9", can shoot the three. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at his stats on his high school team compared to his stats playing travel ball, they're two totally different because he means different on two different levels. But at the same time, he's 6'9", can shoot the three, guards the rim, and he does a lot of things. That's eye candy to them. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a lot of sexy eye candy here in Polk County. It usually comes and goes. It's not a consistent where Orlando, you stay seeing kids 6'7", 6'8" that are skilled because they just have more of them. You're not going to see a lot of D1 basketball players come through here because they're not, at that height and skill level. It's just not.
So is that to this point by Philando Wiz, when we said earlier about skills and whatnot, when you saying that, PG, he's saying essentially kids that are dunking are the only ones that's getting love. So if you got a skill set like a Caitlin Clark, just since we talked about it earlier, you're not getting love for your skill set. You get it if you can dunk on somebody.
Man, Coach, if he go 8 for 8 from 3, I'm pretty sure we'll put his highlights up.
You only see highlights of Michael Williams dunking, or you see highlights of him doing everything in the gym with his popularity?
Yeah. Where is he going? Since you brought his name up,
I thought he was going to Memphis.
He is.
He committed to Memphis, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whether he go or not, that's what he committed to, though. So, all right, man. With those two good topics, we wanted to make sure we jump into before we jump into these in the year awards. So we're gonna start off with the 2023 Coach of the Year. We had 4 candidates, and how we do it, just as a review, it's a 4-part process. 25% to the fans and people that voted, 25% to Polk Hoops, 25% to PG, 25% to coach, and whoever in that mix wins, that's who wins. And of course, we'll post all this stuff tomorrow. So that's all we can do, Coach Wilson, is try to keep it real. We get crucified for it, but we got to be who we is. We got to be consistent, and the truth ain't always sexy. It don't always feel good, but it's always necessary. So the finalist was Steve Fitzgerald from Victory, Orethius Shake Simmons from Lake Region, Henderson Taylor from Lakeland, and Tyrone Woodside from Warner Haven. So first, the fan vote, and the way we do our votes is we say our three live on the air, so we haven't discussed this at all. We're gonna talk about it right now, but the fan vote, it was a real close vote. 38.1% of the people voted for one coach, and 35.7% voted for the other. So the fans vote by a slim margin went to Coach Simmons from Lake Region. So Coach Simmons, first place, 38.1%, and Coach Woodside was second with 35.7%. So, coaches, who y'all got? Coach of the year out of Coach Fitzgerald, Coach Simmons, Coach Taylor, Coach Woodside.
Are we decided yet?
No, sir, we do it live. That's what we. He's so petty. He's so petty, man. Live on the air, man.
I could have supposed you said this was already done, man.
I sent it to y'all just so y'all be in the loop. But I know you'll be reading stuff because you be everywhere else, man.
You know you don't read it.
I don't read nothing, bro. I only read school, my work emails.
That's why I always do it on the show, because I know you ain't looking at none of it, bro. I get it. I know who I'm dealing with. So, y'all want me to go first? I go first. I got Coach Woodside. Schedule he played, didn't run for nobody, put his kids in position to get full exposure. They met the challenge more than once, more than twice, more than 10 times. Lost a heartbreak at the Civic Center. So, although the other three guys are very worthy, I felt like Coach Woodside, he had the talent, he had the schedule, and he actually delivered on it. So for me, that did it for me. So I picked Woodside.
Who was the other three?
Fitzgerald. You so petty, bro. He's so petty. But anyway, I take the bait. Woodside from Victory, Taylor from Lakeland, and Simmons from Lake Region. He's so petty, man. It ain't petty. Oh man.
Go ahead. That's a toss-up.
Man.
Hey man,
y'all want me to come back to y'all, man? Come back to this category.
It was down to two for me. Like you said, all those coaches were worthy. It came down to Woodside and Coach Simmons at Lake Region. The turnaround that Coach Simmons had at Lake Region is definitely noteworthy. But like you said with Woodside, he put together a schedule because he knew who he had to play in the championship game, and he knew what it was going to take to get there. He did everything possible for them to be in that game, and I think in the end, I get a nod to Coach Woodside, but I think Coach Simmons is just as worthy for this award.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, Coach Billy D got Woodside. All right, PG.
Who the internet pick? Coach Simmons?
Coach Simmons, yes, sir.
So if I pick Coach Simmons, then you got a co-coach of the year?
Yes, sir.
And I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely good with that.
So there's a reason, like y'all are hyping up Coach Woodside because of the strength of schedule. I mean, you only had second best player transfer in, so you're supposed to win the way they won. We never said it wasn't going to be where they're at. So not to knock the schedule. I mean, he did what he needed to do as far as, putting them in the situation. So I give him half my vote for that. But Coach Simmons, just for everything they went through during the season, you know what I'm saying?
I think if they have JJ, they even better.
Yeah. I don't like the strength of schedule that you say that he did a turnaround. I just like that he brought confidence back into a whole high school that was pretty much on the bottom toe of the trash can, just on the conversation. So for him to come in year 2 and do what he did, I think that if he was to get the players that most of these people are getting, that he could be one that's in the White House, because he knows how to coach. He knows how to mentor. Not saying that the others don't, but I like everything they did. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm good with what you said. Having co-coaches of the year.
Yeah, I like that would. I'm just giving my breakdown of why I'm giving half and half, because I think coach of the year is the reason for me. What I do love about what Woodside did with this team, he made everybody believe they was part of the family. And the guys that were already on the team, except the KJ coming in, and they played unselfish together throughout the whole season. That probably was the biggest challenge, was to get them to actually learn, willing to play together. Bring somebody in who's a superstar, who's a green light superstar for Polk County, and allow him to continue to play his game, as well as him coming in and accepting his role on what he can give to this team, like the Kevin Durant type of effect.
Yeah.
And accept that role. So for him to keep those kids together all year, as well as they winning with that strength of schedule, he gets half my vote. And then the other half, Coach Simmons, on what he's able to build in 2 years. I think his schedule got to be improved. I'm not impressed with. I'm going to go play
Mojo's Mighty Hot Wings.
W. But so I go half and half, man. So I take Coach Simmons so we can get Coach of the Year.
All right, so we're gonna have 2 co-coach of the year, Coach Simmons and Coach Woodside. I could dig it, man.
This Gerald dude, I just feel like he gets the bad toll of it because he got OCP in his
Yeah. That was a strong category. That's probably the strongest category we had.
Yeah, definitely. I said all of them are deserving.
Every
one of them are deserving.
Coach he ain't made it back, knocking at the door again after everything he went through. But so all 4 of them get it. But Simmons and Woodside, I'm more impressed with on the reason why I just broke down.
Yeah. So that was a tough one there. So transitioning to game.
All voting on is we voting on all this other stuff.
Everything, bro.
We voted, sir. We voted.
It's the night, bro. Everything, man. We say we're gonna save it to the night so we can get it all.
Man, I could have stuff was done, man. I'm like sitting here.
No, bro, we live with it. We ain't posted nothing on the page or nothing. We ain't posted the top 15, the class, kids, none of that. We're gonna do game.
I did hire me a security guard.
You did hire your security guard. Yeah, you're gonna need it.
You need one.
Yeah. So
you trying out Southwest Middle School, and the rest of them you're gonna need about 2 or 3.
All right. We're gonna do game of the year, then we're gonna jump into a couple of classes, and then we'll bounce back and forth. So game of the year, the 5 candidates was Santa Fe versus Victory, One Haven versus Miami Columbus, Lakeland versus Wekiva, Lake Region versus Jordan Christian Prep, and Victory versus Arbondale. So it was another close vote for the fan vote. So 30.6% of the fans voted for Lake Region versus Jordan Christian Prep.
The games you just named, did you name OPP and Victory?
I knew it was coming, man. All right, let me do the games again. This the fan vote now. The fan is 25% of the vote now. Yeah, Blight, that was a layup there. We knew that was coming. That was a slow pitch, underhand fastball or whatever you call it in softball. The games again. Santa Fe versus Victory. One Haven versus Miami Columbus. Lakeland versus Wekiva. Lake Region versus Jordan Christian Prep. Victory Armandale. So 30 30% of the vote went to Joy Christian Prep Lake Region. 28% of the vote went to Winter Haven, Miami, Columbus. So the fans got Lake Region versus JCP as their game of the year. So what do the people?
Hold on.
Yes,
How
sir.
the fans vote a game that ain't nobody even talk about? Like, ain't nothing to even go to that game to say it's the game of the year. What do we get game of the year from that game? Secondly, why would the Winter Haven loss even be considered the game of the year? The way they laid down, like the victory in Olympia not in this?
No, sir. No, sir.
Man. Okay, get this over with, please. Next.
All right, what's your pick there, boss?
I ain't picking none of them games. We all picking.
You 25%, bro. You got to pick one of them.
Lakeland showed up these people gym at 8:30. So why that a game of the year?
Okay.
Winter Haven game away. Why that a game of the year? You said who else? Auburndale and who?
Auburndale and Victory. That's the 57-point LJ game. Victory Auburndale.
Okay, that's my.
That's how you know that boy don't read none of the email.
He don't read it. Everything. Y'all see what we deal with on the show. Y'all see what we deal with. Everything is right now. It's breaking news right now.
Man, Coach Simmons, you can't convince me that that's a game of the year, man.
That was the JJ Eller classic, bro, because he played travel ball with the kids from JCP and he went to Lake Region. That game went into overtime. They went
into overtime. They hit like a last second shot to win it.
Yeah.
Like they wanted like
Victory 54. The 54-point game.
So you got Victory. Okay,
Yeah.
Victory versus Auburndale.
I'm going to fan vote, coach.
You going with Lake Region versus JCP? Victory, number 2 team in the state, and that ain't even a game. These fans tripping.
It wasn't. That should have been. He talking about the
Mosaic.
Vince talking about the game winner that against CC. Was it CC? What they
talking about? Mosaic number 2. Everybody had Victory getting beat. Not only they held that boy like 12 or 13 points, they beat him. I'm going Victor Auburndale.
Victor Auburndale.
Yeah.
Hey.
I ain't picking up one of Christian Prep versus Lake Region. Come on, man. Y'all tripping.
I think I'm gonna go with what's the name too. I actually had Winter Haven and Columbus, Miami Columbus, as my game of the year. Just for the hype of it all year long, been the build up, and the game actually lived up to the hype, even though Winter Haven lost.
We lost.
So it can't be a game of the year because they lost?
We lost. How we lost? The game. We laid down and lost.
Well, I guess the winner gonna be Lake Region JCP because we got a split vote because I got Winter Haven Columbus just for the hype of the heavyweight of the game. Just because we lost don't mean it can't be a game of the year. IMO. Ain't that what the kids say? IMO, in my opinion. So, all right, we got 2 of them out the way. We got the PG already done left us. So we're gonna segue into some of the class teams. So we're going to start with class of 2026. We did top 10 end of the season class, and so we'll go 10-1. Some of these guys, y'all, too, ain't going to know none of them, so I already know. 26 is kind of tough to pick because we don't know a lot of these kids. All of them play.
All of them kids didn't play varsity ball.
Varsity as they did in years past. So anyway, we went at it just so we can we just got to be consistent, Black. I know 10 was way too many, but we got Landon Gall, number 10 from Oasis, Marty Spears, number 9 from Avon Park, Jaden McCoy from Lake Region, Makai Berrien from Kathleen, Derek McBride from Lake Gibson, Omari Vega from Lake Region, Toby Lane is at Victor. Santa Fe. Toby Lane is at Santa Fe, and Zion Dukes was at Lake Wells. Tucker Fox is at Victory. And number 1, Cam Cottingham at Santa Fe. That's our top 10 for the class of 2026. Once again, a lot of kind of unknown talent, a lot of young talent. I don't think probably about 3 of those guys played 4 of those, 5 of those guys played varsity. So that's our list. We'll post it tomorrow. I'll write in the chat once we start talking about the next couple. So class of 25, that's the sophomores that just ended. Number 1 on our board is Zay Mosley from Jordan Christian Prep. Number 2, Tate Darner from Santa Fe. 3, EJ Horton from Bartow. 4, Trey Jackson from Armandale. 5, Isaiah Medina from Kathleen. 6, Jeremy Nixon from Kathleen. 7, his government name is Chenard, but everybody know him by Scooter Clower from Lakeland. 8, Malachi Broffett from Kathleen. 9, Josiah Scott from Victory. And 10, Mordecai LaFleur from Santa Fe. Some of them guys y'all may know a little more than that 26 class. Any thoughts, reactions, or feedback from those first 2?
No, I like both lists.
Okay. All right. So you all want to go to the next couple lists, or you want to jump back into the? We can go do the newcomer of the year now. And bro, you probably ain't gonna know these people either, but to be consistent, we're gonna put them out there. See what you say. So we had, Colleen, keep all their people black. Colleen should be a whole problem next year. I agree with that. So the newcomer of the year, we'll do player of the year last, obviously, but we'll do newcomer of the year next. So we had 5 candidates. First, we had Angel, and if I say his name wrong, I apologize. Angel Canellis from Discovery, Aiden Jones from Santa Fe, Jordan Lanier from Victory, Isaiah Medina from Kathleen, and D'Angelo Parker from Jordan Christian Prep. Now, 85% of the people of the fan vote went to Angel Canellis from Victory.
No, he played at Discovery.
I mean Discovery. Sorry, Angel. Sorry, Coach B, Coach Wheatles. Angel Canellis from Discovery got 85% of the fan vote.
I agree with that. That kid was a whole problem over there. Had a 50-point game. I think he averaged like 25 a game or something like that over there. So my vote is Angel.
Yeah, my vote too. When I saw that 50-point game.
Yeah, I think
I saw that game in person. He was on fire.
You ref it?
I did.
It's okay. So.
Oh, no wonder you got the
50. All right. So Angel Canellis, unanimous, is the newcomer of the year from Discovery. All right. Back to the classes. We got class of 24. Now, 24 was a little hard to do, so we decided to do 15 instead of 10. So 15, we'll go 15-1. 15, Antonio Wright from Jenkins. 14, BJ McKinney from Lake Region. 14, Ed Wiggins from Bartow. 13, Jordan Lanier from Victory. 12, Hudson DeKaizen, I know I probably said his name wrong, from Santa Fe. 11, William Reyes from Jordan Christian Prep. 10, Jason Williams from Bartow. 9, Willie Wilson from Discovery. 8, Jesse Nemo from Haines City. 7, Mike Andino from Victory. 6, Daraja Hardy from Lakeland. 5, Sebastian Rosado from Lake Wells. 4, Alex Sessoms from McKeel. 3, Jamie Phillips Jr. from Winter Haven. 2, Isaac Salazar from Winter Haven. And 1, LJ Kaysen from Victory. thoughts on the class of 24, top 15 per Polk Hoops.
Jamie Phillips was number 3, you said, right?
Yes, sir.
Who was number 4?
Sessoms from McKill.
Who was number 5?
Rosado from Lake Wells.
No, I think it's fell the way it's supposed to.
Rosado had a bad because he was ineligible for the beginning of the year.
Yeah, Rosado didn't play the whole year, so if he played the whole year, then that's probably a whole lot
Who was
different.
number 6, Harden?
6 is Hardy, yes, sir.
Oh. Yeah.
That's the order. That's the order, Coach Akins. Let's say it again from 1 to 15. 1,
Man,
LJ,
go ahead.
1 LJ Kaysen. 2, Isaac Salazar. 3, Jamie Phillips. 4, Alex Sessoms. 5, Sebastian Rosado. 6, Taraji Hardy. 7, Mike Andino. 8, Jesse Nemo. 9, Willie Wilson. 10, Jason Williams. 11, William Reyes. 12, Hudson Dykheisen. 13, Jordan Lanier. 14, Ed Wiggins. And then BJ McKinney and Antonio Wright. So, I guess people coming to Bartow and Winter Haven. I see in the chat.
Nemo was Haines City, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to say, Higgins, because Haines City was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, they wasn't good.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Is that better than Nemo? Based off of what he did on the court this year, I would say yes, Coach Higgins. And Dino, I mean, we know that LJ is the headliner, but Dino had a monster year also. Even that game where LJ fouled out, like 6 minutes to go, and then Dino kind of put him on his back and hit the game winner for him to get to OCP because they had to beat the CCA. I know I'm saying their name wrong. It's some acronyms with it, but they done kind of went back and forth with. And so, a lot of people when LJ fouled out thought it was a wrap. Pretty much everybody except the victory people, and Dino kind of got him to the next round. So, but he's done that all year. He's had a strong season.
Hagen's talking about the skill set. I mean, Nemo passed the eye test. He's about 6'5", 6'6", maybe. Can shoot it. He's gonna pass the eye test. He's a leaper also. But my thing is, Adino and Victory played a really, really tough schedule, and he did it in big games. So I expect Nemo to go to a bigger school than Andino. But I think Andino had a great year for Victory, and he's one of the reasons why they were successful. Yeah. So I mean, you can have some arguing points or whatever, but Haines City schedule this year did not help, this argument at all.
Yeah. So yeah, we feel good. And Andino might have been probably was I don't know if Andino Colin I don't know if anybody improved more, in my opinion, that's just me, than Sessoms at McKill. Sessom became a whole problem.
Yeah.
Athletic wise, dunking on people. I mean, just when we talk skill set and getting to the basket, I mean, he became a certified problem at McKill, and his growth from last year to this year has been like astronomical to me. And Dino has gotten real good too. I'm not discounting him. If I had to pick a most improved player, I would pick Sessoms from McKill. He really like went to a different level this year, in my opinion. For him to be number 4 in this class with how strong the 2024 class is, we could say 24, class 24 got the most talent out of any of the classes in Polk County from top to bottom. And the thing is, I mean, Sessom did it at McKill. We've had a conversation on this, and a lot of people have kind of criticized the fact that he stayed at McKill and didn't leave, and he stayed at McKill and he's making it work now. So, got to give credit to him for being in the gym like we talking about and working. It's clear that he's been working. It's clear he's been working on his game, like in his body.
Still play with you today?
Yeah, he's still with us.
Yeah. So it's clear he's been in. It's clear he's been in the lab. So shout out to Sessom. But that's why if I had to pick one, that's what I'm going with. But like you say, it ain't much. Sessom has, and Dino has improved a lot as well. All right. So class 23. We also did 15 for 23. We'll go 15-1. Billy Hedden, McKeel at 15. Jay Leonard from Frostproof 14. Aiden Jones from Santa Fe 13. EJ Rogers from Davenport at 12. Jeremy Russell from Kathleen at 11. Esau Rivera, Tenor Rock 10. Jason Jack from Ridge at 9. Chase Riggin Moore, if I'm saying your name wrong, I apologize, is at Davenport 8. Andrew Canellis from Discovery at 7. D'Angelo Parker from JCP at 6. Nehemiah Turner from Arbondale 5. Kervin Nags from Arbondale 4. KJ Parker from Winter Haven 3. Ro Hardy from Lakeland 2. And Dylan James from Winter Haven 1. Possibly Coach Higgins, let something change on the surface. Nemo, I don't know. Nemo might sneak in there because of his size, but if you're asking right now today, if you ask me, I'm saying, yeah, them three on the top. Three got a chance to go be Power 5 because of their size and their skill set.
Yeah,
so
Nemo have a chance because he can shoot the wall.
Nemo got size, so he can sneak in there because he got size and he can shoot it. So he could. But the other guys, they got talent. They don't have the measurables that the people are looking for. That's the unfortunate thing. Like, Sessoms is undersized on the college level. Let's just make sure we clarify that. And
Power 5, he definitely undersized.
Power 5,
Yeah.
and Dino undersized. Rosado undersized. So these guys got talent, but Hardy, all those guys got talent, but they undersized. So for the next level, especially Power 5.
Yeah, Sessoms ain't played against enough competition to be even talking Power 5.
Yeah.
I think he's a college basketball player, but I mean, he ain't lining that up against Power 5 guys at all.
That's the thing. We gotta go. They gotta play against the smaller guys. Got to play against those guys to show. You know what I mean, like you said, we got those big three as we call them, and then Nemo, we can put him in there.
But if Sessoms, he's not even getting a lot of. Is he getting a lot of recruits? And we saw the improvement.
Yeah. I mean,
he ain't getting a lot, but to his credit, his dad credit, he working, he getting them well, he getting them.
So it's just a conversation like we were talking about because we all see the improvement. You know what I'm saying? We see how much he's improved, and he still is not getting. They're not knocking at the door at him.
Right?
No, because he'll be a kid that's hurt by the transfer portal.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Yeah, and the thing on it is, Marlon. I mean, what we've been saying, and hopefully the kids are hearing it, and the parents, I guess, there's nothing wrong with playing low level D2. I think that we got it. We got to thing where we got to go to Power 5 or it's a failure. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. And those guys, if they could get a D1, a low level D1 or a D2, school,
I don't think
it's great for them.
Division 1 low level, bro.
Say again?
I'm not a fan of even calling Division 1 like a low level Division 1. I don't think that's not even after what we just saw witness this year in the Final Four. There's no low level Division 1.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying to his point what he was kind of saying.
I'm going to his point. Like, I wouldn't say anything to low level Division 1. You just had San Diego State, FAU in the Final Four. Ain't no low level Division 1. You've seen Ja Morant from where he was at, what we would call a low level, one of the next best superstars in the league. Dame Lillard, superstar in the league, playing at these low. I wouldn't call them low level. Division 1, there's no low level.
Low level is not out the door. It's D. If you D1, you D1 across the board.
Yep. Over with transfer portal, there's no such thing as low level no more. So if you get a Division 1, you got guys that's leaving North Carolina and Duke going to the mid-major. And mid-majors are now knocking at the door at Final Fours, Elite Eights every year. Yeah. Gonzaga. Let's look at Gonzaga. Gonzaga 10 years ago was considered what he would say a low level, right?
Right.
Now they're a top 10 team every year in the country. So I ain't no low level Division 1.
D1. If they can pick up any at this point with the portal, anything they can pick up, but we probably not saying Power 5, but anything they can pick up.
We ain't had a John Moran or Daniel Lillard in this county in 30 years. What are you talking about? Dominique Jones, the last one that like a guard that went to the league, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's been almost 20 years. That's the only kid you can talk about at that level.
Well, the thing is, Coach Austin, I don't know if you was in here when we was talking about this. We're saying about being realistic. We're saying that where is the realism in this process to let kids know that they're probably not Power 5, Jay Morant, Dame Lillard, and that's okay. That's what I mean. You're saying what we said, a little while ago.
Yeah.
Saying that we're saying. So we're not disagreeing with you. We kind of had that conversation a little while earlier. So all right. So I'll say that from 1 to 15, class 23 again. Dylan James 1, Ro Hardy 2, KJ Parker 3, KK 4, Turner 5, D'Angelo Parker 6, Angel Canella 7, Chase Regan Moore 8, Jason Jack 9, Esau Rivera 10, Jeremy Russell 11, EJ Rogers 12, Aiden Jones 13, Jay Leonard 14, and Billy Hedden 15. Once again, we'll post all this stuff tomorrow on the page, of course.
What made in y'all guys' opinion? I want to hear what made Ro jump past KJ.
I thought Ro was best point guard in the county this year, and I don't even think it was close. When I'm talking about this point guard, not combo guard, not two guard, and he just commanded the game for Lakeland. And Lakeland, basketball comes and goes. If Ro has the ball the last 3 minutes of that game, or even the last 2 minutes, maybe the last minute and 12 seconds, Lakeland is at the White House. He was just that dominant to me as far as just how he controlled the game, and so for me, that's what did it for me. And he did it, and KJ had a great season. Don't get me wrong on that.
KJ bring the ball up. Do Winter Haven win the state championship? Instead of
that's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? You talking hypotheticals now. Well,
that's what he just did.
My thing is, Ro has done.
I mean, before that 112, I'm saying I thought he was the best PG in the county.
Ro has dominated last 2 years.
He dominated. So that's
last 2 years. Even last 2 years, Ro has dominated. I don't think KJ has been dominant on any team that he's played on. Name one team that he's been dominant. He's been the dominant player on.
He one of the 2 seniors in that class that got a basketball scholarship.
I understand that, but just answer my question: what team has he played on that he was the dominant player?
He was dominant on Barstow last year. He led him in scoring.
That don't mean you're dominant, though.
Compare their stats.
Compare their stats?
Yeah.
I mean, when you want to compare them from this particular year?
Yeah.
Or last year?
This year. Last year, we know KJ scored more points than him.
Yeah, last year we do.
That's what I'm saying. Compare the stats. And just interesting. We on the air. I just wanted to know why y'all picked him over.
That's why I picked it, because I just thought that he was so dominant this year. Like I said, I felt like he was the best PG this year, and it wasn't close. No disrespect to the other PGs. I just felt like it was.
No disrespect to KJ, because KJ a great player, but I think just Ro was more important to his team. I just think Ro was better. I just think that's just my opinion. I just thought Ro was better.
We're ifing, right? We're ifing and fiffing and all that. But if we take Rowe off of Lakeland and we take KJ off of Winter Haven, which team suffers the most?
Lakeland. Winter Haven still gets to the Final Four. They might not get to the championship game.
It's like if you do the swap. If you do the swap, Lakeland, you would. I think we all would agree that Winter Haven would win state if they had Roe Hardy as their point guard. I'm just asking y'all because I want to hear it out loud. That's one of the ones I saw. I'm like,
so you looked at that one,
huh?
You looked at that one.
Definitely looked at that one.
You look at nothing else, but I looked at that one. So yeah, that's the reason when even people throw something at the screen. That's fine, but that was my rationale behind my pick.
I want to make it a debate because I didn't agree with that one.
Gotcha. Just so y'all know, we don't always agree, and we do it live because y'all know the PG. Y'all hear stuff from the PG when we hear it from the PG, so we don't get none of this stuff pregame. We get it right here on the air, so we have to kind of like Mike said, we kind of got the bob and weave when it's coming. All right, so that's our class list, which we'll post tomorrow. So we'll go to the all Polk Hoops teams first. Then we'll do the overall. Then we'll do the player of the year. Then we'll be done. All right. So third team for us, and we do 6 people. You know, I know nobody else really does that, but we do 6 people for whatever reason. So third team, we got D. Hardy from Lakeland, Chase Moore from Davenport, Jason Jack from Ridge, E.J. Horton from Bartow, Jason Williams from Bartow, and Jesse Nemo from Haines City. That's our third team. Our second team is Kervin Nash from Arbondale, Alex Sessoms from McKeel, Nehemiah Turner from Arbondale, Mike Andino from Victory, Zay Mosley from Jordan Christian Prep, and Tate Darner from Santa Fe. And our first team is LJ Casey from Victory, Isaac Salazar from Winter Haven, Dylan James from Winter Haven, Ro Hardy from Lakeland, KJ Parker from Winter Haven, and Jamie Phillips from Winter Haven. That is our first, second, and third team, all Polk Hoops. Any thoughts on that, young man? Did you look at those before now? You good with those?
Yeah, I looked at that. I looked at all that.
Okay. All right. Coach, I see you.
That too was just funny to me, man.
I looked at 15 in the 3 teams.
All right.
I had a disagreement and we made a switch. Not to put it out there, but remember that. So I looked at that.
Okay. All right. So this is our overall top 15 regardless of class. Overall top 15 regardless of class. Once again, I know we're saying them out loud verbally right now, but we'll post them all on the page tomorrow. So that's probably when we really get crucified when people see it in print. Right now, we kind of get in the past, and we understand. So anyway, we go 15-1. 15, we got Jesse Nemo from Haines City. 14, E.J. Horton from Bartow. 13, DeRoger Hardy from Lakeland. 12, Mike Andino from Victory. 11, Tate Darner from Santa Fe. 10, Nehemiah Turner from Arbondale. 9, Zay Mosley from Jordan Christian Prep. 8, Alex Sessoms from McKeel. 7, Kervin Nags from Arbondale. 6, Jamie Phillips from Winter Haven. 5, KJ Parker from Winter Haven. 4, Ro Hardy from Lakeland. 3, Dylan James from Winter Haven. 2, Isaac Salazar from Winter Haven, and 1, LJ Casey from Victory. That is our end of year overall top 15. Any thoughts on that, guys?
Nah. I say those kids, all those kids are well deserved. Um, it's a lot tougher than what people think, but we just try to do the best job that we can.
PG.
No, I'm good with that.
All right. And our final one for the night, and like I said, we'll post all this tomorrow, is our player of the year for Polk Hoops. And we had 6 finalists for the award. We had LJ Casey from Victory. We had Isaac Salazar from Winter Haven, Ro Hardy from Lakeland, Dylan James from Winter Haven, Jamie Phillips from Winter Haven, KJ Parker from Winter Haven. And the fan vote, 53% of the fans voted for LJ for Player of the Year. And what say you guys? LJ for the PG.
Yeah, I got LJ too.
And that makes it a clean sweep because Polk Hoops has LJ as well. So
giving him player of the year from the legend. Right?
So
my thing is Isaac had a better year last year. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
If they was gonna give it to him, they should have gave it to him last year. That kid was deserving. In my opinion. I'm not mad at them picking Isaac, but
Well, this is the thing. What we do, we do our thing here at Polk Hoops, and we don't knock any other. I guess we media now, any other media source, but for us, with the body of work, not to discredit anybody else on the list, but for us, it was pretty clear. And some people, we got beat up at the beginning of the year because we had Dylan, ranked number 1 in preseason, and we don't do mid-season awards. And so, as LJ was putting together his presentation, his PowerPoint, this year, his masterpiece, whatever you want to call it, we kept getting all this energy that we got it wrong because of how we ranked them at the beginning of the year. And all we would say is, well, we got a postseason, and we do the postseason based off of what they do in season. And so based off of LJ's body of work, he would get I think Craig Booker must be a Winter Haven fan. So and that's fine. You gotta go with who brought you here. But for us, we felt like as far as player of the year, nobody had a more impressive year in Polk County than LJ. Nothing against Isaac, nothing against Dylan, KJ, or anybody else. So we voted for LJ as our player of the year, not to say anything negative against anybody else. I mean, but even like LJ made second team All-State, right? Dylan made second team All-State. And I mean, I didn't make first or second, or he didn't make All-State, right?
I don't think so. Last year he did.
This year, I'm saying this year.
This year he did, but last year he did. Like I said,
almost like he getting the stuff a year late. You know what I'm saying?
Statistically, he did better on last year, and the thing is, even with KJ coming over, Isaac still was pretty much a double guy. His points suffered by 1 or 2 points a game. He still didn't work.
It All-State a couple days ago. I posted it on the page.
Yeah, it was only Dylan and LJ.
Oh, Dylan and LJ made it from Polk County. But this is the thing. I mean, getting to the White House, Miss Alexander is important. But I mean, for us, that don't automatically garner you MVP because you made it to the White House. I for us, that LJ's body of work was borderline ridiculous. I mean,
against good teams though.
It was against good talent. It wasn't against Mojo's Mighty Hot Wings. I mean, he was playing some real.
Well, hold on. Hey, LJ only got second team again.
Yeah,
second team, bro. You got second team All-State.
Text each other nothing about this. This crazy.
Yeah, you was deep in it, so you ain't see it. We texted.
Dang, where I been at?
You know how you be moving. It's your season. It's your business season. I mean, everything your business season. I know, but yeah, you ain't see it, bro. So I knew you gonna get on here with some breaking news type stuff. But yeah,
Yo, man, I thought Source Who hadn't even put it out yet. I'm so lost, bro. I'm like lost on
now this is
them.
not Source Hoops. This is SB Live or something. Who is that? It wasn't Source Hoops.
Yeah, it was SB Live.
Somebody else that did an All State, but they made second team All State. Both of them for that one. For, SB. But
Man,
to me, like I said, so Source Hoops ain't came out with theirs yet. To answer your question. But I don't think that
Friday asking him when he's coming out with it. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
y'all got to send it to me. I don't even see it in the text group.
We said, hold on. Did we say at the beginning of the year that you had made the state to get player of the year? Did we say that?
No.
I don't think we said that, Miss Alexander. I don't think we said you get into the state automatically. Jordan gave you player of the year.
LJ got player of the year last year. They didn't make it a state.
If we did, then we misspoke if that's what we said. I don't know for us. Like I said, I mean, half of the fans, over 53 of the fans, besides us three saying LJ, over half the fans said LJ too. So it wasn't even close on the player side. I mean, for the fans, the next
the debate, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's one hating people with the debate, and I understand that. Like LJ was 53% without me saying the name of the person. The next closest person was 14.9%. Then 12.8. So for the fan side, it wasn't even like close. Marla, you late, but Tuma made a thing about Mojo's high school, sir. So it's a little joke that happened this episode. So that's where I'm coming from. I know you kind of jumping in a little, but if we did say that, we didn't mean. I mean, obviously we look at player of the year for their body of work, and I mean he got one game from the state, and he clearly was a whole. He was a whole problem. So for us, he was the player of the year. Nothing against Isaac, nothing against Dylan, but we just felt like his body of work was unmatched by anybody in the county this year. So that's what we got for our end of season awards, our first, second, and third teams, as well as our class rankings. And we will post all of this tomorrow when we know it will really pick up. Like I say, people don't really see the words right now, so they're just kind of hearing it. So once we post it, we know we'll be trash. We'll know what we're talking about. We'll be them three clowns on social media or whatever. We'll be all that. And we receive all that. We receive it with open arms. We appreciate it. We appreciate the love and everything else. So, all right, last thing, y'all, before we jump off. National Championship tomorrow. This has been the most maddening March I think I can remember. I don't think nobody in that bracket had San Diego State versus UConn in the championship. So, San Diego State versus UConn. Who y'all got? Yeah, we did coach of the year. You late, Marlon, but yeah, we did coach of the year early. It was a tie between Coach Simmons and Coach Woodside. We'll post it on. So San Diego State, UConn, who y'all got?
I got UConn.
And why?
UConn.
I like the big kids that they have. The kid Sanogo from UConn and the kid that they got, the 7'2" kid that they got coming off the bench behind them. I think they're just gonna be able to overpower them inside. I still like that guard play too. So,
Black, you tough, man. You tough. Kick a guy when he down. Kick a dude when he down. Do we think that San Diego State got a chance to keep it within double digits? Because UConn beat everybody by double digits this tournament.
No, San Diego State there for a reason. They've been playing good ball, so.
San Diego, you literally shouldn't even. I mean, how bad can you be FAU, man? They 1 inch of a foot. The guy almost stepped out of bounds before he hit the shot. Literally. So FAU winning the whole game, and they lose a heartbreak at the buzzer. So UConn's strong. I hadn't seen UConn play until like the Elite Eight. They got guard play. They big. They deep.
They picked up people in the transfer portal that has made them better. The Newton kid came from ECU, I think, gave them like 30 like the year before or something. So they ended up getting him from the transfer portal because of how well he played against them.
That's the type of impact that Walker will end up having wherever he go at. Like, because we say he's a Power 5 guy that's not about to go Power 5. So nobody's giving. See, Miss Alexander got San Diego State, but everybody else in the chat got UConn.
Yeah,
I like UConn too. I like UConn too. So, all right, man. Well, that is it for tonight.
Coach, hold on before we leave. Shout out to my girl Kay Buckets, Zakiya Franklin winning the NIT championship for Kansas. I definitely want to give her flowers. She made Polk County proud, definitely.
Shout out to Kaya, one of two proteges, and then one of Haven LBD. All y'all got a hand in her success, man. That was great to see her perform on the big stage. Very proud of Miss Franklin and her Jayhawk teammates. So, well, we got through another year, man. We full-blown travel ball season. Guys, if you're 24 and beyond, I guess even the unsigned seniors, hopefully y'all are able to maximize the season, man, and get everything out of it that you need to get out of it. Hopefully that's something. I know this transfer report has messed up a whole lot of stuff, but hope and pray that those guys that are out there still plugging away at it get a look. All you need is one yes. Man, you can get a bunch of notes. All you need is one yes, one opportunity to take advantage of it. So hopefully you guys are playing, man. Hopefully you guys are playing and doing your job in the classroom, finishing out strong so that you can be a asset, not a liability to your schools. We have heard that there is some movement, there is some motion in the word supplies. We already heard we got motion in the portal, but we won't speculate on it. We won't do it until it has actually happened. We do want to say congratulations to Coach Kenny Davis. As we get off, he is the new boys basketball coach at Georgia High School, going back to his alma mater. So shout out to Coach Davis on taking over for the Eagles. And before you all ask, Coach Gent will be taking over the girls for George Jenkins. So they'll keep the alumni in the house out there at George Jenkins. So shout out to Coach Davis on that. And y'all got anything else, fellas? Before we jump off, you got anything else? All right, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Yeah, we know the portal is real hot, Coach Monty, but what we do, we don't post stuff until it's official or until we get permission to do so, but we heard a lot of stuff for the boys and the girls already, like a lot of stuff going on. So it is definitely going to be interesting from now up until Summer League. So definitely can't wait to kind of post some of the stuff. But like I say, what we do is we're not out here trying to get clicks in life. We're not out here for accolades. We're going to be respectful of the kids and the programs and the coaches. And when they give us permission, we will post it then. Even if that means we post it after somebody else has posted it, we don't really care about that. We care more about our integrity with the coaches and the kids. So anyway, get off that soapbox. Appreciate y'all rocking with us once again this season, man. And we will continue to do what we do to help all of our kids and our programs get the exposure that they need, that they've been lacking. So good luck to y'all on the travel ball season. Until next time, man, Polk Hoops, we out. Appreciate y'all rocking with us once again. Thank y'all.